Back everybody, we got the Order Season 2 MSPs coming out, and it's going to be highlighted with Sidney Crosby, Claude Giroux, Roman Josi, Brent Seabrook, and Ryan Miller. We also got 89 Mika Zibanejad, Jalmerson, Marner, Anderson, Falk, Carlo, Teravina, Toffoli, Stahl, Gruber, Moore, and Regier. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We got a bunch of new combinations that are out there, a bunch of 87 Gustafsons as well. And these overall bonuses could give you some that are going up to a +4. At the same time, if you do have the check for the 93 overall that came out this week, just like we had Fantilli last week, we get Sebastian Aho. Now, Sebastian Aho has elite edges along with quick release, 91 excel, 91 speed, 92 endurance, mid-90s for his shooting, almost maxed out hands. His defensive stats are in the low 90s with 92 face-offs. Does not have the same speed as Fantilli, but still a very usable card. We got Sidney Crosby with beauty backhand and big rig. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. His skating is just shy of 90s across the board. His shooting is in the low 90s. Hands are in the mid 90s. And it is to note he has 96 face-offs, which is probably one of the best in the entire game. Claude Giroux comes in with quick draw and elite edges at 5'11", 186 pounds. He's got 91 excel, 91 speed, low 90s for shooting, low 90s for hands, and 95 face-offs. Roman Josi comes in 6'1", 201 pounds. He's got quick release and warrior, 92 excel, 92 speed. He's got low 80s for accuracy, upper 80s for accuracy, low 90s for shooting. His hands are kind of all over the place, anywhere from mid-90s to mid-80s. And his defensive stats are pretty good. I like the 94 defense awareness on there. Quick release on D-man should be pretty interesting. One of the best abilities in the game. Ryan Miller is the goaltender at 6'2", 168 pounds. He's got dialed in and showstopper with 95 speed, 93 agility. Not the largest goalie that's out there, but I do like the fact that he has showstopper dialed in. It's horrible but not great, but showstopper is a really good ability to have. Brent Seabrook comes in with rocket and truculence at 6'3", 220 pounds. He does have 92 excel, 88 speed, 87 agility, low 90s for his shooting, upper 80s, mid to upper 80s for his hands, and then mid 90s for his defensive stats pretty much across the board. If you could get a boost for him, which there are some out there, very good defensive players always. You got Mika Zibanejad, that was also released today with no contest and 1T, 91 excel, 90 speed, lower 90s for shooting, lower 90s for hands, 86 face-offs, and then like mid 80s for his defensive stats. But I know some people are trying to make those New York Rangers theme team, and you get rewarded here with an 89 Zibanejad. At the same time, we also got a Jalmerson card with warrior and truculence, 90 excel, 92 speed, which is kind of nuts. His shooting's mid 80s or low 90s. Hands are in the mid 80s. His defensive stats are pretty good minus the body checking, but with truculence, it's going to kind of help negate that as well. At 6'3", 197 pounds, if you could maybe pair him up with Seabrook, it would be a pretty lethal combo with a lefty-righty for the Chicago. We also ended up getting Mitch Marner, who has elite edges and quick release. Love this combination right here for X-Factor abilities with 91 excel, 90 speed, low 90s for shooting, mid 90s for hands, and then his defensive stats are a little bit lower, obviously, but 6 foot, $180, not a bad card. We got the 5 faces of Eric Gustafson with sending quick pick, stick him up lead edges, hipster, quick release, rocket, truculence, warrior, wheels, and yeah, I don't know, out of all of them, I'd probably say the rocket along with truculence would be the best combo. I don't know, wheels, I just don't like warrior personally. Quick release, hipster's garbage, stick them up in elite edges, that's saying. As we take a look, there are an 87 that you can get from week 2. I've already completed this stuff on stream here today, but you get an 87 at it, a bunch of collects just like we've seen out of all the other events. 85 BND just for, I think, completing one set or opening up a pack. That is not a bad way to go. Wild card is going to be set up this same exact way. You're going to get a bunch of collectibles to be able to do that. And that's how it goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then it's ones all the way down and coins to start it out. So you get collects once again, depending on who you're trying to make. I still think in the sets, the 87 is the one to go for. You also get an 85 out of doing some of the moments as well. But yeah, if you can, I would take my collects. I would do the second option, which is the 87 season choice packs, just because that's what you're going to inevitably turn in for these master set players like Crosby, because it's going to cost you 3 87 88s. and then 287 88s as well. I think last week overall we got a lot better cards to choose from, but this week there's some combinations that you could potentially run based off of some of the new boosts that are out there. So one of the lines I like to highlight is my third line right now. So if you do want to do like they had in first week, Ovechkin, McDavid, and then Fantilli, and that gives you 4 overall, 36 million, and a 5 AP boost. If you take a look at the third line, this is an all-Canadian line with Taylor Hall, Sidney Crosby, and Giroux. It gives you a +3, still gets you that 12 AP. If you got Fantasy Hall, hey, like here's a spot you can use them for. To kind of do a quick deep dive in on his stats. I mean, 96 XL, 96 speed. His shot's pretty much maxed. Hands are now in the mid 90s. Defensive stats are in the low 90s. Like, it's a very good card to use. Crosby now has 99 faceoffs. They're maxed out, so that's why we got him at center as well. His speed's only at 92, so it's nothing like blistering, but the Sidney Crosby cards always play extremely well. And Drew now has like mid 90s for his skating, mid 90s for his shooting, and hands. His defensive stats are kind of all over the place, but you could also run him if you need to, if there's a better combination. He will have 98 faceoffs with that +3, plus he has quick draw. So not a bad combination whatsoever, and that's really why I turned to that at that point in time. Now, if you make Aho and you want to make Aho, yeah, absolutely. That would replace Taylor Hall. There's also an 85 Jordan Staal that's out there that you could use as well. Obviously, as we scroll down this boost, and I could probably write up a book during that. But yeah, there's another one for another +1. If you ended up doing Sebastian Aho, it would be a +4 instead. So that's what you'd be seeing out of that combination as well. As far as your salary boost stuff goes, the reason why they're getting that 16 mil is going to be that right there. So regardless, you'll get 16 mil for it. That's the one that was added for today. Another one you could take a look at for the overall boost, if you want to make Seabrook. Seabrook's not bad. And Yossi isn't bad, just depend on your style of like defensive gameplay. But you could get a +2 overall, and then with having Yossi, it'd be a +4 overall if you did Yossi in that. You could also get this for a +2 if you did, Hjalmarsson in that. Hjalmarsson wouldn't be bad. There's just a lot of different combinations that you could essentially play around with. See what could give you some different AP salary boosts and stuff like that. I don't think there's no wrong answer. I think it just really comes down to, what you want to do, what cards you want to go for. I could do a ranking video on this if you'd like, but the biggest thing to take away from all this is don't dump loads of money or loads of cards in this to make these cards. If anybody isn't aware, a lot of these juiced up packs around Christmas time drops the price for some of these cards. What do we have for that? So we got a lot more Fantillis, right? We can see that. Let's see here. What I think Fantilli was a better card from last week. Now that you have everything out there, you can kind of see what some of these are going for. But you're seeing them for like about 475,000. Luckily, I was able to snipe mine for 375,000. I think people are starting to see the fact that some of these cards were worth it from last week, and that's why everybody's kind of pivoting at this point in time. Like this Connor McDavid card, if you wanted to make one straight up, you're talking 224,000. It's going for 199,000. Those 87 and 88s for reference are going for about 50,000 right now. So realistically, you're saving yourself 50,000 coins just making them straight up. Look at the market before you invest all these cards into these MSPs, especially if you know you're going for the Fantilli, the Ahos, some of these specific MSPs, because there's not a lot of time left. At the same time, don't hesitate to look at some other cards that might now retain more value as far as like the icons. I can tell you right now, some of these icons are going for like dirt cheap, the 90s and 91s. Don't hesitate to take a look at some of these cards, because you're gonna have to trade them in when they come out with better or newer cards. Like this Murphy card I saw earlier for like 125,000. I thought it was hilarious, but there's just some cards that aren't doing as well. Brett Hull is out here right now. 265. Is that the lowest? 268. I mean, I'm just saying, take a look at everything before you make that decision, because there might be a better replacement for a card that may not have the same stats but better abilities. That's all I'm saying. Because, like, Giroux looks good stat-wise, but his abilities aren't that great. Crosby looks good, but, like, I'm not a huge... Like, Beauty Backhand's good, but it's not great compared to some others, like the Elite Edges, the Wheels, the Quick Release for me. So don't hesitate to shop the market, because Brett Hull is kind of going for similar price, and he's got Quick Release and he's got 1T on there, but, you know, like, the stats aren't that bad, especially some of the pairings that you can put him with to get him a boost as well. I mean, his shot's almost maxed out as it is right now with Elite Quick Release as well. So don't sell yourself short is all I'm saying. I know I got a lot of catching up to do here on the YouTube side of the house, but the other thing to take in mind, you should be able to... Oh, we just sold Howard Chuck. Woo! He went for 200,000. Well, you guys got to see Howard Chuck sell for 200,000 coins while we were on here. The biggest thing I want you to take away is, if you go between your objectives, your wild card, and your moments, you should get enough collects and collecting your daily rewards. You should be able to make an MSP for free. And if you have to put them in any particular order, Connor McDavid's one. Statistically, Connor McDavid's going to be, you could hold on to him for a long period of time. If you don't have the coins to buy from the auction house, there are other things you could do. You could get James Van Riemsdyk, has an 87 that's out there. There's also another Blue Jackets one from the Combo Nexus event. He's like 6'5", but he did wonderful for me with the boost that he gets as well. I would say Connor McDavid's got to be the #1 pick out of all these if you could only make one MSP. If I had to pick a second, if you've already made McDavid, I would argue Ovechkin or Parenko's really good. I feel like week 1 just blew week 2 out of the water, but that's just me personally. It's just more of the style that I play the game in, but yeah, that's my suggestion. If you can only make one, play the market. Play the market. I will try to make a YouTube market video. If there's anything you guys want me to make that you think could be helpful, don't hesitate to ask as well. Other than that, guys, Merry Christmas. I know we're belated Merry Christmas, but Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. My New Year's resolution, as we started earlier, from the streaming side or the content creating side, is just be, take time to, even if I'm pushing out 2 videos a week, that's kind of the hope for it. It doesn't really take that long, and if it can give you guys some insight into who to make or how to make these cards cheaper, please do so. The collects that you get from doing objectives and all that stuff, do that. See what you have first before you start digging into some of the some of the other cards that you have. Other than that, take care. Go USA. Yeah, for the World Juniors, and you guys be safe now.